Hey guys, good evening. It's about 8:42 as you can see here, and today is the 3rd of April. You are looking at my trading platform on IQ Option. So I've decided to make a couple of live videos just to share some things about how I actually do my day-to-day trading, for which I've got numerous, emails and Quora messages from people wanting to know how exactly is it that I do what I do. Now, if you had seen what I just did was I clicked on the sell button, which means that I've just opened a short position on the Australian and the US dollar currency pair. This is a Forex trade done on IQ option platform. And at the moment, I am in the red, as you can see here. Out of $1,000, which is what I've put in this trade, I'm looking at a 7% loss at the moment. Now, bear in mind that a couple of percentage, I believe it's about 2 or 3%, is usually taken off immediately from the time you enter a trade by the broker. This serves as the broker commission. And in my experience, IQ Option actually offers one of the lowest trade commission today that you can find on a broker. So obviously that helps. The lower this is, the more profits you actually make. So yeah, in my 8 or years of experience and the numerous platforms that I have used, this one seems to be the better one. Yeah. All right. Now coming to the trade itself, the reason I entered a sell position in this is that I believe that it's time for a short correction, and I'm hoping to make some money on that correction as it happens. As you can see, I use a couple of indicators. This is the chart itself, and this is presented in a candlestick manner. The Bollinger Bands at the top and bottom of it, the RSI, the relative strength indicator, the MACD down here, and the awesome oscillator. All of these indicators provide a reference of price movement. It actually serves best as a in retrospect, or rather when you're looking backwards. Yeah, it presents a perfect picture, but looking forward, you would have to keep in mind that it's not always definitive. What you see in this time scale, for instance, will look very different when you look at in another time scale. So pick one that works for you. I prefer to usually play around at the 1 hour and 3 hour. Sometimes I do take a look at 30 minutes, depending on what kind of time frame I'm looking at for the trade. So in this instance, as you can see, we are a little bit in the green now. Let's just not get too carried away at the moment. As a disclaimer, you should always know that trading is never going to be a straight line to profits, so you're not going to be able to get thousands of dollars in a single trade kind of thing. It's all about consistency, having a system, having a strategy, having the discipline, and that is exactly what I tell most new people who want to learn trading, if they do ask me. Right, so as I mentioned, my strategy was to short this, and basically what happens in a short trade or a sell trade, as what I just did, is you make money when the price of the securities or the Forex actually drops below the point. And if you hit the buy button, then basically if the price increases beyond the point that you're looking at, then you start making money on that. So now, as you can see, we are now down about 5%, or about $50 odd. What you want to keep in mind is that in trading, a lot depends on your state of mind, on what you believe you're doing, and your conviction, and how sure are you of it. So obviously, before I entered into this trade, I've done a little bit of background research. I've done a bit of reading. Then I look at the technical indicators that I usually employ and decide whether or not I want to enter into a trade at any given time. Now, the time frame for my trades, I usually do not hold a position overnight because of price swings. Of course, you can use stop loss positions, to control that, which I did not do in this trade. It's an open trade, so I'm watching it. As you can see, this is the auto closing. This is what you would use if you're looking to do a stop loss position. So yeah, usually I tend to keep my trading to day trades to where I can actually watch and supervise the trade itself. But yeah, I mean, if you want to automate it a little bit with stop losses, then yeah, you can do that as well. So my decision to short this, now let's talk about that. As I mentioned, I did a bit of reading on some sources to give me an idea what's going on in the Forex market. Then I look at technical indicators. The RSI currently is just hanging around the 70 mark, which means that it's actually due for a correction. 70 and 30 this year. There's a lower and upper band. And this is the MACD and the awesome oscillator, as I mentioned. So all of this mentioned gives a price movement or swing indicators. Now it's about 8, well, coming up to 850. So I'm gonna stop the video at this. Just gonna pop out for a bit, and I'm gonna continue monitor this trade, and I'll come back and see if it's worked out the way I hoped it would. All right. I'll see you in a bit.